Amourette is a love affair. It's a love affair for me, but it's one of those love affairs where you're like, I'm not sure if I actually necessarily even like this person. This person is a little off-putting, and I'm not sure why I'm attracted to them. I cannot pinpoint the reasons why I find this person attractive. They don't adhere to social norms. They don't abide by societal rules. They don't behave the way society expects them. And you might even feel a slight revulsion toward this person, and yet, that's kind of how I feel about this fragrance. I can fully understand why some people experience halitosis in this fragrance, why people experience out-and-out revulsion. But to me, it is such an addictive, human-smelling, ethereal woodiness. It has an aspect of timelessness. A wooden chest that hasn't been opened in 100 years, and it's full of love letters within this wooden, dusty box. Let me get to the notes within this fragrance. It contains agicala wood, neroli, iris, and vanilla absolute. I have to say I don't necessarily experience individually any of those notes, honestly. It's more of a complete melding of all of those things to create a very interesting essence. Here's the bottle. UNE Amourette. Now, at first blast, it's quite camphorous and medicinal. Agicala wood is a synthetic molecule that has essences of patchouli and pepper and moss. It's giving it quite a camphorous and medicinal flair. This is my scent of the day, so I'm just gonna go right back on in. Yeah, it is a really excellent, interesting, sinus-clearing wave of camphor. It takes a while for this first phase to soften and dry down. In this stage, the sillage is quite room-filling. This is the stage where you're going to experience the most polarizing nature of this fragrance. And I understand what people are saying with the halitosis reference in this stage. Although I don't necessarily experience it that way, but I understand where that leaning is coming from. But what's interesting to me about this fragrance, when I experience it, it is a feeling. It is really an emotion. There's something I can't pinpoint that is really, really nostalgic about it. It takes me back to my childhood in a non-specific way. It feels like just after nightfall in the summer, when it's beginning to cool down, the wicker chairs from the outside that have absorbed the heat are now cooling down. It has that rooty, wooden, dusty kind of essence. There's a lot of warmth in that as well. It has a humanness to it, skin-like quality, a bodily quality. And for that reason, it can be quite polarizing depending on what your inclination is toward the human body. Now, don't get me wrong, this does not have a cumin-y body odor scent at all. It just has something that feels somewhat biological, but in a clean, old, ancestral kind of way. It is a little bit of a time machine, a feeling of coming of age, that moment where you are innocent, but you're experiencing adulthood. Maybe it is a little bit melancholic. It's bittersweet, melancholic, but sexy. But it's sophisticated. I think that's what I'm getting at. It's like that moment where your innocence is shifting into sophistication. This is absolutely not a safe fragrance. Although I'm reaching for it a lot, I feel a little self-conscious when I wear it. I will say, if you have positive associations with this scent profile, it is extremely sexy. If I smelled this on a man, I would be instantly attracted. If I smelled this on a woman, I would be so curious about her as a person. On the right skin chemistry, this would be absolutely devastating. So in short, it is a very human, biological, memory-stirring, nostalgia-inducing, bittersweetly melancholic, coming-of-age, innocence lost, first romantic encounter, dusty, powdery, woody, musky, a box full of mysteries, a dusty, old Pandora's box kind of scent. Feels like a hot summer night in a dark room, humid, lying on the floor, listening to a record of some kind. That is UNE Amourette, you guys. Super, super interesting one. Let me know if you've tried this fragrance, any other scents from Etat Libre that you love or hate. I would love to know. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for sticking around with me today.